dishwashing and laundry. So really, most of those products are okay these days. You know, at one point there was you know, lots of phosphorus being put in laundry detergents in particular, but a lot of those are now phosphate free. So you may want to look at that, but really, especially in terms of laundry, and our septic installers would tell you that this too. This is actually from them specifically, but it's really about timing. So if I know a lot of households have a laundry day, or they're so busy that they can only really handle that kind of thing on the weekends, but anything you can do to kind of spread out your laundry over multiple days is certainly beneficial to your sewage system, because what that does is that allows like the showering and bathing and those sorts of things to kind of dilute the strength of that laundry wastewater in such a manner that it you know, it would reduce the harm that it could cause. If you know, if you're out there and you're doing, you know, 7 or 8 loads of laundry in a day or over 2 days, that can certainly lead to some issues over time, particularly if you're a smaller household and not doing a lot of showering or that sort of thing. So just something to keep in mind there. You know, toilet paper is all fairly safe to use as well. You know, it all settles into the bottom of your tank and breaks down over time. You know, that septic tank contains what we call good bacteria, which is generated by human waste, and that bacteria is in the tank, and it eats up the solids that are, you know, settling towards the bottom, and over time the solids will still build up, and that's kind of one of the main reasons for pumping the system, is to keep those solids from building up too much.
Well, our good bacteria, don't they deserve a little treat every once in a while? Is there something we can send to them to keep them healthy and hungry? Or
really, just using the restroom provides the good bacteria that the system needs, so long as you're not dumping some of those other things down. So the next bullet point here about, you know, minimize the amount of cleaning supplies. That, you know, there's all sorts of cleaning supplies out there.
By cleaning supplies, what exactly do you mean by cleaning supplies?
So the question was specific to kitchen and bathroom cleaning products, but most cleaning supplies are either ammonia or bleach based. Neither of those things are great for a septic system in large quantities, for sure. In very small quantities, you know, using as directed, probably not. You know, certainly we're not going to tell you don't clean your toilet and clean your sinks and all of that. But if you're scrubbing floors, like with a Mr. Clean, for instance, don't dump that down your sink and your septic system. Find somewhere else to dispose of it. But you know, dumping that down in there runs the risk of killing that good bacteria that's in your septic tank that you need to continue to have that thing function the way you want it to function.
and don't dump it near your wellhead either.
No, do not dump it near your wellhead. But generally, like I said, if you're using it as directed, it's not going to be a big issue. You know, if you find a half gallon of bleach for whatever reason, and you're thinking about dumping that down your drain because you lost the cat, for instance, because that just happened in my house this past weekend, take it somewhere outside and dump it where, you know, the animal's not going to drink it and it can be absorbed into the ground, and it'll just become inert in a very short period of time.
What about a product like Ridex, which is pretty common? Is that a helpful thing to?
You know, I will say for me, the jury is out on those types of products. I mean, I've heard people swear by them. I've heard actually people swearing by putting a pound of ground beef into their septic tank to promote bacteria growth.
Not at today's prices.
That's true. So I would say, you know, if somebody has a product that they've used and they feel it works, then go ahead and continue to use it. But I've really not seen, personally, I've not seen a lot of real world benefit to those types of products. And certainly I can tell you that if your system is such that it's not working, it's too late. Those products certainly aren't going to help.
Is it different between conventional and alternative? Or does it pretty much go about the same?
It's fairly the same. Alternative systems will be more sensitive to what you put in a drain probably than a conventional system, depending on their design. But if, for instance, there's a lot of peat systems put in here, and peat is a sensitive material, so you really don't want to do anything to compromise that. It's really made to have the human waste and the the sink and the laundry and bathroom shower waste. But anything, it's a pretty common theme in almost all these slides. You put those things down your septic system and it will last for quite some time. If you start dumping other things down there that's not designed to handle, it will certainly minimize the lifespan.